Hey YouTubers, welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet of NBA 2K15 MyGM with the Oklahoma City Thunder franchise. This is episode 8 and we're getting ready for game 7 of the season here, and we're getting ready to play at home here against the Sacramento Kings. Here you see they're currently 3-3 for the season, and away they are 1-2 and on a 2-game winning streak here right now. And there you see we're looking at the division there. You see 5-1 for us. We have a 2-game lead over Portland. There you see Timberwolves, the Nuggets, and the Jazz rounding out the bottom of the Northwest Division. So, so we'll take a look at that. You guys can check those out, see who the numbers are. There, of course, there you see the other divisions. There's the Pacific League, or the Pacific Division there, and the other divisions there. So, if you guys see your favorite team, pause the video, check it out, and see how they're doing so far in this season. So in the last episode, we've seen that KD went out and he had a broken kneecap. He'll be out for anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. So that means we'll have Percy, Jones, and I believe Sebastian playing a little bit more time here. They'll be on the court more often. Of course, Lamb, he's going to be out anywhere from 2 to 4 months with his injury. So we're pretty much hurting right now when it comes to players. So let's go ahead and get out to the court here for this game against the Kings.
The Oklahoma City Thunder starting five. Starting at small forward, standing 6'11", number 3, Harry Jones. At shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 2, Anthony Moore. At center, 6'10", from Clifton James High School in Beaumont, Texas, number 5, Kendrick Perkins. At forward, 6'10", from the Congo, number 9, Serge Ibaka. UCLA, number 0, Russell Westbrook. Scott Brooks is your head coach.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup, and today's game is the Kings coming to town for this one. A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports, Sunday Night Hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. And of course, Clark, the big devastating news, Kevin Durant out with an injury.
Well, since the last game when we saw him leave with that injury, the news appears to have gone from bad to worse, guys, and that's terribly disheartening. The speed of that young player, man, we're going to miss that, and he could be out a long time.
Yeah, so sad. I mean, I was not anticipating that news. I love watching this guy play. So talented. So this is really a worst-case scenario for him and his team. Let's just hope that his rehab goes well and that he's back on the court before too long.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. McLemore is out there with Collison. And it's Gay in at the small forward.
DeMarcus Cousins is absolutely devastating around the rim. I mean, he's strong, coordinated, excellent touch, tremendous hands, good feet. His high skill level enables him to step outside and make plays, but I think he's really best served when he's in that paint area, doing his damage close to the goal.
And so it's the Kings getting on the board first. Inside to Perkins. Got a piece of it. And Ibaka kicks to Perkins. 6 to shoot, and they're able to recover.
Still looking for that first bucket here to start the game.
McLemore, the pass to Landry. All sorts of time. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Outside Westbrook. Outside Jones. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Jones has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Kings have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Gay outside. Cousins with a screen on Jones. Gay. Second shot opportunity. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Carl Landry out of Purdue, 6'9" power forward, gifted low post scorer and offensive rebounder, but his lack of reach does limit him defensively at times.
And Clark, for Landry, his relatively short standing reach sometimes leaves him at a disadvantage defensively and on the boards, but he certainly competes.
And you can make up for a lack of size with a heart that doesn't give up, and he's got that. I mean, he's tenacious, he's persistent, he's strong, and he's tough-minded, so I don't worry about him being undersized. He can go.
Russell Westbrook, returning last season from a torn meniscus suffered in the first round, Steve, of the 2013 playoffs.
Yeah, and the injury ended up requiring 3 different surgeries over an 8-month span, so a real scare for the Thunder. Fortunately, he came back and looked fantastic in the playoffs, and so there's less concern now over Westbrook's long-term health.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both.
And Westbrook is a player not only known for his explosiveness, but also his durability. He hadn't missed a game due to injury ever, dating back to high school. But a freak accident, that collision with Patrick Beverly, really took it out of his hands in terms of his consecutive games played streak. Beautiful pick by the big man, Cousins.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Westbrook dishes to Jones. Back to Westbrook. Hits the outside fadeaway.
And for Westbrook, the prognosis from his meniscus repair is supposed to be good. He certainly looked explosive. Here's hoping that knee remains healthy. You love to see a great player at his best.
And again, it's Sacramento converting. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, both teams still kind of feeling each other out here, and neither team has been able to find an edge in this game.
No good from Perkins. The Kings leading. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey guys, a bit ago, Mike Malone and I were able to chat. He told me one of the more troubling tasks his team must do is to figure out how to slow down Russell Westbrook. He said that between his explosiveness and ability to change direction, they'll have to have all 5 guys keeping an eye on Westbrook whenever he's on the perimeter.
Thank you, Doris.
Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake.
The dish to Morrow. Lets the 3 fly. Landry grabs the miss. Landry's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Kings leading now by 3. Here's McLemore. Here's Gay. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Really getting after it on the offensive boards, adding to his early total with that putback. Sometimes all it takes is just a little change of scenery, and while that wasn't the case for Rudy Gay going from Memphis to Toronto, it was true as he was sent from the Raptors to the Kings this past season where he played really well.
Thompson, he's checked in for Carl Landry. And while you might worry when a player changes teams midseason 2 years in a row like Rudy Gay, there may be some problems. But Gay was phenomenal for the Kings after the trade. In fact, he looked rejuvenated.
Yeah, sometimes that can happen. A change of scenery, Kevin, can ignite and energize a player, and it certainly made Rudy Gay more efficient.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
Hit this pause in the action. Let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. Fifth on the list, the Thunder.
This was one of the better scoring teams last year. They had a lot of different offensive weapons to choose from, and they knew exactly how to use them most effectively.
Kings leading now by 4. Cousins with a screen for Collison. Gay with no one around. Misses off the left iron.
I thought he'd make that one. That's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
And Westbrook, here we go. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Only 11 road wins for the Kings last year, and with that number as your road win total, hard to play 500 basketball.
That 11 road wins was the second lowest total in the Western Conference last year, and Steve really sunk the King.
Yeah, you know, often it seemed like the Kings defense would let down and the other team would just get on a roll, and basically the Kings would fold over. It's a young team, so they've got to play with some resolve to get road wins in the NBA.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Adams checked in. And so Jones nails both of them. You know, Steve, a lot of teams look at this Thunder franchise as a model, you know, of how to go about building a team that can compete for a title through the NBA draft.
Well, it's a good model to follow, but you need some luck, Kevin. I mean, Kevin Durant fell into their lap. If they don't get the second pick in the lottery, and if Greg Oden doesn't go first to Portland, none of this happens. So, yeah, great planning, and they've had a terrific effort to put all this together, but it really comes back to getting Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook.
Pushing it up. Gay kicks to McLemore. And it's blocked by Ibaka. Off his foot, and the ref saying he kicked it. A different look for Oklahoma City. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Anthony Morrow. And then for Sacramento, Reggie Evans, he's checked in for Cousins. Stauskas comes in for Rudy Gay. And Sessions subbed in for McLemore. It's Thompson off the drive, banked in off the glass. Thompson's got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, going back to touch again on the Thunder, really you couldn't have asked for a better scenario for a small market team to put together a roster like this. I mean, your core pieces, your cornerstone pieces, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, are all relatively young in their careers and seem to enjoy playing for each other. So they're going to be good for a long time.
Evans, a screen on Jackson. It's taken away by Collison. On the wing, Jones. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Here's Collison, rejected by Evans. Collison with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Suns in Phoenix. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, they did have to deal with some small market repercussions, though, the Thunder I'm talking about. You know, they couldn't afford to pay James Harden. They had to make that trade. But I think they've dealt with it really well. They've added some nice pieces, and the Thunder obviously still one of the elite teams in the NBA.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Kings?
Well, Kevin, in the first half of play, they're really closing out aggressively, blocking shots, and a key indicator of their activity defensively.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
He throw good, Darren Collison.
Darren Collison, a.k.a. DC, is more of a scoring point guard than a pure passing point guard. But, you know, it's interesting, his best assist numbers were in his first year in the league.
Sebastian Telfair, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And for Darren Collison, Steve, an efficient score.
Yeah, he's got a nice stroke from long range. Also the ability to play the pick and roll game and finish around the rim. Very dangerous player with his quickness.
Here is Telfair. Outside Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Adams. Drops in the layup for 2.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Steven Adams, he was taken 12th overall by the Thunder in the 2013 draft. You know, viewed as more of a project, but what an impressive start in his rookie season. I think he's the future in terms of the center position for Oklahoma City.
Ray McCallum's checked in for Darren Collison.
Well, let's take a look at how Oklahoma City ranked in the league last year. Second in blocks, second in free throw percentage, and they were ranked third in opponent field goal percentage. This team really gets after it defensively. They've made a commitment to that end of the floor.
And I think the thing that jumps out at me is the blocks per game. It just shows how well coached they were defensively. Great rotations. They closed out, and they forced their opponents into tough situations at the hoop. That's how they were able to block so many shots.
Here's Stauskas. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, during that break, Coach Scott Brooks had some words for his team. He told his players with a strong effort on the offensive boards, they'll be able to cash in a lot of second chance points today. He added that those are the points they must have. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
All right, Doris, thanks. Collison, and that one's good. And now it's a 3-point Thunder lead. 29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Thompson, a screen on Jackson. McCallum, the pass to Thompson. Pass to Stauskas. Feeds it to Evans. 6 on the shot clock. Stauskas kicks to McCallum. Sacramento again missing. Jackson drives in. Can't hit from the elbow. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's the Thunder. They finish off the first quarter on a 14-5 run. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
The NBA season gains momentum. DeMarcus Cousins and the Sacramento Kings take on Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks this Tuesday, 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Pacific.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
And you get a chance early on to see their depth. They got a nice effort from their bench players early in this game.
Yes, Steve, I tell you what, their subs have really packed the punch for them so far.
Here's Jackson. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Memphis.
It's now been 8 years since the Kings have played postseason basketball, and the path back to the playoffs, especially in the Western Conference, is not getting any easier anytime soon.
Ibaka at the 4 with Perkins at the pivot. Telfair is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Morrow in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Here's McCallum following the score by Serge Ibaka. Cousins with a screen for Gay. Dishes it to McCallum. Shot clock at 5. Puts it up from 17. Thunder with the rebound. Getting back to the Kings and getting back to the playoffs. Steve, they have some pieces now, they feel.
Yeah, I mean, but you need more than just talent. You know, you need a couple of stars, and you need a full commitment from everybody on the floor. Look, this is a young team. I think they're moving in the right direction, but they've got to continue to grow together.
Russell Westbrook in for Oklahoma City. Back to Ibaka. Spinning off the box out is Cousins. And there's Ibaka. That's good on the assist by Westbrook.
Look at the size discrepancy there between the defender and the shooter.
Well, those are warm-up jumpers. When there's not a hand in his face, he'll knock those down all day.
Andrea's screen on Westbrook. Jackson against Landry. Now here's Cousins. Defense right on him. McCallum misses.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
And they've needed every one of those rebounds. I think that's what's put them in front here.
And now here comes Gay leading the break, and he gets it to go. Gay's got 9.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
Now here's Westbrook on target from 13 feet. And the Thunder lead by 7.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
In low to Cousins. And it's thrown down hard with both hands. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense as good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Here's Gay, and again it's Sacramento converting.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, that was a strange game. Very shaky defensive performance by their opponent, but hey, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard as they should have.
Collison is checked in for the Kings. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. Well, you look at Jackson, one of the league's best, 3rd in free throw percentage.
And that's what you like to see from the foul line. Guys that are comfortable, confident, and consistent. Free throws are a big part of the game, and this guy was one of the best in the league.
Now here's Westbrook. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
And he was just lurking defensively in that game, Kevin. 4 steals during that ballgame.
Carl Landry parlayed a strong season with the Warriors in 2013 into a 4-year deal with the Sacramento Kings. He missed the first half of the season with a hip injury, but when healthy, he's instant offense.
That's good. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Westbrook kicks to Morrow. Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Ibaka. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
They get it again.
Man, that's too bad. Easy shot there, and you got to knock that one down.
Well, that's a concentration cramp right there. I mean, just lost focus.
Drills it from outside. Ibaka's got 9 points.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, as you know, Kevin, Russell Westbrook coming off an injury, it wasn't easy for him, but he's impressed his team with how hard he's worked to make sure he returns to form. As Coach Scott Brooks has said, he's as tough as anybody I've ever been around as a coach or as a player. He gives you everything he has, and that's something I really respect about him. Kevin, how could you not?
One of the hardest working players in the league. Thank you, Doris. And the Thunder making a change here. Adams checked in. Reggie Evans is checked in for Sacramento.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Collison kicks to Gay. The Thunder leading by 5. Westbrook with it. Picked up by Collison. And Westbrook, here we go. And there's another one for the Thunder. And here's Collison. He has 5. Gay sets the pick for Collison. Shot to stop the run. Good as the jump shot falls. 16 points for Rudy Gay.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Westbrook dishes to Morrow. Back to Westbrook. Unloads. And that one hits back iron. The Kings trail by 5. Collison up top. He's covered by Westbrook. Now here's McLemore outside.
And he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway. You know, everybody knows that the Thunder are a good offensive team, but the reason why is they have such balance offensively. They can put the ball in the basket a number of different ways from a number of different spots.
Timeout called by the Kings. At this point of the game, always important to stay focused, and while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all three of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question. Right. I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. And look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah,
gotta love it.
For the Thunder, Nick Collison's checked in for a bucket. Jones comes in for Anthony Morrow. And it's Telfair in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Sacramento, Thompson, he's checked in for Cousins. Stauskas comes in for Rudy Gay. And Sessions subbed in for Ben McLemore. Now, here's Thompson. Collison, the pass to Evans. Left side, Collison. Shot clock at 6. No up, and it's Oklahoma City the other way.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
Oklahoma City leading by 6. Telfair kicks to Jones. Outside Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. From deep. It's hauled in by Collison.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Westbrook kicks to Telfair. Passes to Collison. Shoots, hits the jumper. And the Thunder lead by 6.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Here's Stauskas. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
40 seconds left in the first half. The pass to Collison. It's tipped. Stolen by Evans.
Question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Can they get a good shot in time? That's the question.
Collison for 3. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Adams kicks to Telfair. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
"17 seconds left to play in the first half. And there's the call on Sebastian Telfair. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half of the game. McCallum, the pass to Stauskas. Into Jason Thompson. Here's Evans. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
The Kings shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That's good from Evans. He doesn't get the second one. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Thunder out in front, up 5. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Coach Scott Brooks, at first it didn't seem like you guys came out with the kind of intensity you wanted. What changed during that first half?
Well, we got to be aggressive and physical and tough every possession of the game. That's what we pride ourselves on. It changed. We just got into the ball. We didn't turn the ball over as much, and we were being aggressive on offense.
Scott, thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Rudy Gay playing very well. He's got 16 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
The Thunder leading by 5.
Well, starting last season, just about the only thing that didn't change for the Kings was the city they play in. Sacramento fought off a strong bid from the Seattle ownership group, and instead, a new group bought the team that kept them in Sacramento.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Kings, Landry and Cousins patrol the paint. McLemore is out there with Collison, and it's Gay, and it's...
Tore it down that time. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, Kings head coach Mike Malone, a demanding, defensive-minded coach. Some might fear that he'd rubbed his team the wrong way. But star big man DeMarcus Cousins loves his approach, saying he's done an incredible job of keeping us together, keeping us motivated. I'm with Malone until the end. He has my back, and I've got his. Good working situation, guys.
It's all about getting that buy-in from your best players. Thanks, Doris.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Russell Westbrook, maybe the most athletic and explosive point guard ever to play in the NBA. As some people would say, what about you?
Well, you know, it's hard to say ever, but Russell Westbrook clearly plays with the kind of ferocity that I've not seen at the point guard position. The only guy that comes to mind is probably Derrick Rose prior to his injury. I think Westbrook's aggression, powering through contact, probably gives him the edge. I mean, he plays almost angry.
A lot of torque.
A lot of torque. I mean, it's something to behold. I've not quite seen a guy at the point guard spot bring that kind of athleticism and speed and tenacity to the position.
Well, I like how you mentioned Rose, because I would agree, and that's a great way to kind of figure out where he is when Rose is healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
The pre-injured Rose was...
He was right in that same category.
You got it. And so he makes both from the line.
And Russell Westbrook, maybe the most explosive first step in the league. He doesn't just get an angle on his defender. He he leaves them completely behind with the free run to launch all those shots around the rim.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Well, Westbrook, once he blows by that first defender, he is absolutely fearless attacking the help defense. High-flying power dunks, finishes with both hands. He's a bad, bad man.
Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. Serge Ibaka is second.
He made it extremely tough for his opponents because he contested every shot and swatted away more than his fair share of.
Here's Westbrook. That one rolling around and rims out. The Kings trail by 5. Collison with it. Westbrook picks him up. Got a piece of it. That's good. Westbrook's got 8 here in the quarter. Here is Collison. He's got 7. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
And we get a peek back now at last season for DeMarcus Cousins, how he ranked. 5th in rebounding. He was 9th in scoring. And he was also among the league leaders in steals, finishing in the top 20 in that category.
And Steve, you look at his top 5 standing and rebounding. I mean, it underscores just how valuable he was to their team in the low post. I mean, he gave them a real presence down there.
Collison against Jones. Shot clock at 6. Offline with his 3. The Thunder lead by 7. Outside Westbrook. To the left side wing. Ibaka in the post. Cousins is there. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Well, what an incredible journey it's been for Serge Ibaka. Growing up in the Congo during a terrible civil war, a tragic loss of his mom to a stroke, the streets so unsafe that she couldn't leave the home to go to a hospital. To go from that to where he is now, man, an indescribable contrast and an amazing story.
Jackson, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. And both free throws good for Serge Ibaka. And Ibaka planned as a youth to escape the Congo and find a way to provide for his family.
Well, and it's a big family, too. I mean, he's the 3rd youngest of 18 brothers and sisters. Pretty incredible. Now he's not just helping them, but he's making a huge difference for thousands of people throughout Africa, supporting orphanages, hospitals, schools. I mean, what great work Ibaka is doing.
7-foot shot, and that one's good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Reggie Jackson is really strong and athletic, excellent driver and finisher, especially when working off the pick and roll.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Landry, a screen on Perkins. Cousins dishes to Landry. Kicks to Landry. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play. And Jackson, a good 3-point shooter at Boston College. But it seems, Steve, he's still adjusting to the NBA 3-point range.
Well, last year he shot about 3 of them per game, Kevin. Made a little more than a third of his attempts. So he needs to shoot a better percentage from the corners in particular. But as a ball handler, he's a good setup man, good assist man, really good all-around guard.
Here's the feed to Jones. He kicks to Morrow. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Ibaka, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
Oh, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
The Kings trail by 10. Stolen by Jackson. Jumps up and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
I'll tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Gay with it. Jones covering. McLemore inside the line, and he drops that one in. The Thunder leading by 10. Jackson passes to Morrow. A three-pointer off the mark.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I'd say that is an easy look. Rudy Gay traded twice in the last couple of seasons. Really, it was his big contract that led to him being dealt, because Gay is a quality player, but the feeling was his production just didn't live up to the cost.
And for Gay, traded from the Raptors to the Kings in December, really, he had one of his best seasons once he was in Sacramento.
That's good from Gay. Guys in Sacramento, Rudy Gay shooting well and passing better. And Steve, for this season, did a good job of getting to the line.
Yeah, and I think he might have read some of his critics in terms of his game. He's been picked apart in terms of his shot selection and that sort of thing. So, that efficiency was exactly what a lot of people have been clamoring for.
Rudy Gay hits them both.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Oklahoma City leading by 8. Jackson dishes to Jones. Jackson kicks to Ibaka. Pulls up. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one.
And this is a big game, guys, today, because these teams will see each other 3 more times down the road. And this one kind of sets the tone for the season series.
Clock at 6. It's Gay with the drive. I think Steve nailed it moments ago, Clark, talking about, these series of 3-4 games between these two teams during the year, and eventually they'll know each other very well. But as we see now, the slate between them is clean.
And being that it is their first meeting, Kevin, I'm actually anxious and curious to see what's changed in terms of how they come at each other compared to last season.
The first free throw is good.
Boy, a perfect half at the free throw line for them. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nick Collison's checked in for Ibaka. And it's Telfair in for Jones. Gay hits them both. The Thunder leading by 6. Now Telfair. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Collison. Cans it from short range.
The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
For Sacramento, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Gay against Adams. And Sessions kicks to Gay. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Thunder.
Something that stood out to me all game long has been the skill they've shown in the low post. I mean, it's special.
And how about the touch they've displayed from long range, guys? I mean, as a team, they are really shooting the ball well and executing from the perimeter.
He hits them both. Now here's Jackson. 8 points for him.
And look at the Thunder. They're really the epitome of patience. They build through the draft model, constructing a contender with consistency and just a solid approach every day. That's why they are year in and year out so tough to handle.
Sessions with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Good rebound there, but overall, they're getting outworked on the glass.
Steve, I think that's what you'd expect, seeing what the score is.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
The Kings trail by 11. 1:21 left in the third. Gay drives in. Here's McCallum, guarded by Jackson. It's taken away by Collison. And here's the fast break. Telfair leading the way. Here's Sessions. Again, the miss by the Kings. The Thunder leading by 11. Here's Collison. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Westbrook's checked in, and a change for Sacramento. Stauskas is checked in.
Nick Collison has played a decade in the NBA, all with the same franchise. 4 seasons in Seattle, the last 6 in OKC. And there's a reason they've kept him around. He's a savvy role player, very smart, does a lot of the little things to help his team.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official. And the Thunder really are consistently better at the defensive end with Collison on the floor. You know, he's not a big shot blocker or rebounder, but he's outstanding as a help defender. He's able to draw charges. He's always in the right spot at the right time, and he just knows what that defensive system requires from him, and he gets it done.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And Steve, the basketball IQ for Collison also seen at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, good passer, likes to play on the elbows. Oklahoma City likes to run offense through him because of that playmaking ability.
Well, Westbrook has been great. He's got 16 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. You know, they don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
The Thunder have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
Well, as an 81% free throw shooting team last season, and you can't find much fault with what they were doing from the line.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Coach Scott Brooks of the Thunder, he's brought great stability to this organization. A lot of talent on this roster, but doesn't always fit in terms of their offensive flow. So they like to keep it pretty simple with their X's and O's.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively. Heads-up play on both ends there. Transition basketball, the steal and the quick push.
Steve, that's how it should be played. I mean, rapid-fire basketball.
Thompson outside. McCallum, the pass to Stauskas. With 1 on the clock, and he gets it to go. Stauskas has got 6. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Thunder. They finish off the third quarter on a 15-5 run. And coming up as soon as we return from...
Tune in Tuesday, November 11th. Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder go up against the Milwaukee Bucks, live from Milwaukee. Don't miss it.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it was a great look, and it set up a three-point basket. Scanned the perimeter, found his teammate in space, and put the pass right on the money.
The Kings trail by 16. Baca at the 4 with Perkins at the pivot. Russell Westbrook out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Jones in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Cousins takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Cousins has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Kings. Westbrook kicks to Jones. Pass to Ibaka. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Cousins has got rebound number 8 now on the night. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Stauskas.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
Boy, what a half from the field they're having. They're going to extend that lead if they stay this high.
Well, they've taken it up another notch, Clark, looking very confident out there.
Landry with a screen for Collison. Here's Stauskas, defended by Jones. Shot clock at 6. There's McLemore. Here's Landry. Cousins trying to free himself up. Landry gets the bucket.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Kicks to Perkins. The jump hook. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Thunder lead by 15. For Sacramento, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Collison against Westbrook. Here's Stauskas. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Last season, Darren Collison again backing up Chris Paul, point guard Clark, and like he had in New Orleans, and again had to step in when CP3 went down with injury.
And you know, Chris Paul joked that Collison might be bad luck for him, but it was really fortunate for the Clippers. They had a quality backup in Collison, ready to fill in when Paul went down with the injury.
The Kings making a switch here. Hayes checked in. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Over the last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Scott Brooks said to his team. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
And Collison played so well last season. No one's surprised to see him opt out of this deal to become a free agent. You know, tough to leave behind L.A., a place he grew up, and he's in another good situation.
The Kings trail by 12. Gay right side. Collison dishes to Cousins. Back to Collison. The 3. And that one's good.
And after showing so much promise his rookie season, Collison has been a starter in the past and a backup, and still really entering the prime of his career. And we'll see which way his career goes from here, but he's a guy who brings great value, whether he's backing up or starting.
Here's Perkins, and again, Oklahoma City, no good. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Collison kicks to Cousins. That's short off the rim.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Ibaka right side. From 18 feet away, and he connects with the jumper. And the Thunder lead by 11.
Well, I tell you what, Ibaka has really improved his shooting stroke. That thing is now easy to look at.
Here's McLemore.
Well, Ben McLemore seen as perhaps a steal when the Kings selected him 7th overall in last year's draft. His rookie season was a colossal disappointment, defensively and offensively. He really struggled to contribute.
The first one falls. Anthony Morrow's checked in for the Thunder. McLemore drops them both. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Collison against Westbrook. He feeds it to Ibaka.
For the Kings, they've really struggled against Ibaka.
He's got 17 points and 2 rejections.
He's just been making one play after another, from one baseline to the other, covering the whole court.
Full throttle up and down the court. He has not let up one bit.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both. The Kings trail by 11. It's Gay with the drive. The shot's good. Collison making the play. And now 24 points for Rudy Gay. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Westbrook. That's good.
Boy, they look helpless defensively.
Sacramento's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Collison, the pass to Cousins. Gay against Jones. Gay dishes to Cousins. 6 on the shot clock. A 3-ball. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Darren Collison.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
Sacramento's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
Here's Cousins. There's the dish to Collison. Back to Cousins. Power down after the assist. Get him into the lane. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
Westbrook kicks to Perkins. The jump hook. Shot is off. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. And then King with the jam. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
That's good from Rudy Gay.
He's simply just willing himself to the line here.
Oklahoma City leading by 5. It's Westbrook with the drive. Outside, Jones. Perkins down low. He's guarded by Cousins. Inside shot. Perkins with the bucket. Perkins got 4 points now in the quarter.
What a display of offense we've seen today, and it's only getting better.
Well, both defenses have been on their heels all day, and it's begun to take its toll.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Collison against Westbrook. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and they'll keep possession. The Thunder leading by 7. Out left to the wing, and here's Morrow outside. And Ibaka kicks to Jones. Pass to Westbrook. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. Here's Morrow. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Inside, knocked away. Westbrook drives in. Count the bucket. Westbrook's got 7 now in this quarter.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the final quarter.
That pass never had a chance there. His timing was perfect in going after that steal.
The clock ticks down, and this is going to be a solid victory here for Oklahoma City.
Clark, the bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Yeah, you always like to see that, Kevin, when your reserves can perform and help you pull out a win.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
Well, this win gives them a victory in round 1 of what's basically a 4-game fight between these teams this season.
And it will be a fight, Steve. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra meaning for the players.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Russell Westbrook. He just looked like an orchestrator out there, keeping his teammates involved, running to the open spots. I mean, he would constantly find them more often than not.
And Morrow drops them both. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Sacramento's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. A drive by Collison, and he uses the glass on the way.
His stroke has been dead on, inside, outside, wherever. The shot's just falling for him.
Westbrook against Collison. Westbrook kicks to Jones. Feeds to Ibaka. A jump hook, and it's in off the backboard.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
Westbrook kicks to Jones. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, referees all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
He misses the free throw. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Perkins. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Jackson, he's checked in for Anthony Morrow. And it's Telfair in for Russell Westbrook. He hits the second from the line. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's McCallum. It's stolen by Adams. Jackson kicks to Jones. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Lance Thomas.
There's 10 seconds left in the game. And McCallum kicks to Evans. Makes it off the glass.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
And that one's good.
They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. Fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere's been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning effort.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And so now we'll go down to Doris Burke, who's standing by live with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Yes, thank you, Kevin. Russell, obviously your ability to attack on offense is such a key for your team. How do you decide when to go to the hoop and when to pass the ball?
I never know, man. I just see how the flow of the game is going. I try to stay in attack mode. That's what my team wants me to do, and I try to continue to do it.
Russell, thank you. Kevin, he does it brilliantly.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
Okay, so we had a little bit of a rough start there, but there you see Westbrook, has 25 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists. Overall, just a rough night here tonight. You guys can pause the video and check out those numbers there for the Thunder. And we'll also see the numbers here of the Kings here in just a bit. But, yeah, Rudy Gay was just pretty much having a great night. 27 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal from him. Not to mention Cousins, a double-double. He had 10 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal in the game. And Lounger also had a pretty decent night here, I thought, against us there. So they were really doing a pretty good job there. Just pretty much on all facets of the game. But yeah, like I said, it was a rough start there, but we did finally come out and win the game and take that game away, winning it 96-82. And there you see the team comparison numbers there. You guys can pause the video and check out those numbers right there. But overall, I'm proud that we got out of that game alive and well. But you know, I gotta say, Westbrook and Ibaka's gonna have to really step up a lot. Not to mention, the two guys one of the two guys I'm gonna have to trade, either Collison or I can't think of the other guy's name, our center. One of those two guys is gonna have to really step up and really prove to me if they were, willing to stay on this team, because one of them basically has to go. So we'll have to see how that goes here throughout the season. It's still early, so. But there you see, we're talking to the assistant general manager there, and he wants to know, can we change the time of the players? And of course, I'm not interested in doing that. I want the coach to, that's his job. I don't want to step on the coach's toes there. I'm not going to tell the coach what to do and whatnot. But if we do need to do some changes there, I will. And actually, I think I am going to reset some guys' playing times there, so I can see who's going to be good for us here. As we, like I said, we're 2 men down, especially our star player KD on the injured list there. He'll be back here anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. So as we get ready for the next episode, you guys, episode 9. Which will be our 8th game of the season, and we're playing against the Milwaukee Bucks. There you see we're going to be on the road there. Actually got Milwaukee, and we got Boston coming up here also too in episode 9. So definitely come on back for another episode, you guys. If you guys enjoy the episode, please leave a like. Also check out if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Check out the great series here on ESGNet, and also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Twitter. The links are down below in the description. And as always, keep yourself healthy, and I will see you guys next time.